you deserve.
Hey, honey, we missed you.
Grandma misses you too.
Home is in the moments we share.
You have a great idea.
With a blend of selected herbs and spices, Onga brings home even more taste and aroma to your favorite dishes.
Great.
Shared moments deserve great tasting meals made with the improved Onga cubes. Enjoy the taste of home with Onga chicken and beef flavor.
Tonight on Global News, Governor Caleb Mutfwang reshuffles commissioners in the state. Commissioner of Police, Plateau Command, takes steps towards preventing electoral violence. Wase lawmaker distributes fertilizer to farmers. And on the foreign scene, Zambia police summon opposition leader after disputed vote. Details shortly. Good evening. It's nice to have you join us on Global News tonight. I am Theresa Gofwen. Governor Caleb Mutfwang has condoled with the Mogavul Nation and families of victims of the senseless killings at Bing Imper community in Mongu local government area. Mutfwang, in company of the Special Advisor to the President on Community Engagement, Abiodun Eset, visited the palace of the Mishkakam Mogavul and the affected community to register his condolences to victims of the attack. Our Government House correspondent reports.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang and his entourage dared the undulating terrain of Bimper community to condole with people he called his family. Governor Mutfwang condoled with the Mishkara Magavul Da Pudman Hirse on the killing of his subjects at Bimper, while cautioning the youth against unlawful acts and commending their resilience for keeping vigil over communities. Governor Mutfwang said government will engage the traditional council and other community leaders to bring succor to the affected communities.
It's not just an attack on the people. Is an attack on me personally, and I consider it so. I know what we have done to be able to secure the land, but clearly what it shows is that there are still gaps that we must address. I take full responsibility to do all that is needful to be able to protect this land and to preserve the lives of our people.
The Mishkagamagavul Da Pudmanhirsi described the incident as a planned massacre of his people, saying Mangu has historically been a peaceful local government area that accommodated people from diverse backgrounds. Though pained by the killing of his people, the traditional ruler said he had cautioned his people against revenge in accordance with the teachings of the Holy Bible.
And so I appeal to my people not to revenge. We will only pray that let God forgive them. Because we don't see any that thinking person who will wipe out a village in their sleep, men, women, and children. So we are crying out to the world to see. We are peace-loving people.
Governor Mutfwang and Dr. Abiodun Esiet advanced to Bimper to meet directly with victims and affected residents, where he assured them of his administration's determination to strengthen security in the area. Also consoling with the victims, the senior special advisor to the president on community engagement, Dr. Abiodun Esiet, assured the community that she would present her findings to President Bola Tinubu. This is Timothy Tian.
Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has approved the appointments and reshuffle of commissioners in the Plateau State Executive Council as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen the administration and enhance the delivery of good governance to the people of the state. A statement by the Secretary to the Government of the state, Samuel Jatto, notes that the decision is aimed at repositioning the Executive Council for greater efficiency, accountability, and effective implementation of the administration's development agenda, in line with the governor's commitment to responsive and people-centered governance. Governor Mutfwang expresses his sincere appreciation to the outgoing commissioners for their service, dedication, and contributions to the administration and the development of Plateau State, and wishes them well in their future endeavors. The governor charged the newly appointed and redeployed commissioners to bring their experience, expertise, and commitment to bear in their respective assignments and to work collectively towards achieving the administration's development objectives. The statement notes that the commissioner currently supervising the Ministry of Tourism, Culture, and Hospitality shall continue to oversee the affairs of the ministry pending the appointment of a substantive commissioner. He reiterated his administration's commitments to peace, good governance, inclusive development, economic growth, infrastructure renewal, human capital development, and the overall well-being of the people of Plateau State. All handing over processes are to be completed on or before Wednesday, 26th August 2026. The Plateau State government calls on citizens and residents of the state to continue to support the administration as it remains focused on delivering sustainable development and improving the quality of life of the people. Following the minor cabinet reshuffle, Peter Yamgai is to oversee the Ministry of Agriculture, Musa Ashoms, Commerce and Industry, Peter Gwom, Lands, Survey and Town Planning, Joshua Laven, Environment, Cletus Shukuk, Works, Mohammed Nyalum, Science and Technology, Samson Bugama, Livestock and Fisheries, while Kachalom Gang was posted to the newly created Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. Commissioners who retained their ministries are Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Philemon Daffy, Grace Donkum, Finance, Nicholas Bamlong, Health, Sylvanus Dongto, Housing and Urban Development, Joyce Rannap, Information and Communication, and Ephraim Usman, Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Others are Davo Jato, Transport, Bashir Lawandi, Water Resources and Energy, and Caroline Pamlong, Women Affairs. Among the new commissioners, Ishia Kumaren has been posted to the Ministry of Budget and Planning, Professor Gloria Karuri, Education, while Prince Mapien is now the Commissioner of Youth and Sports. Similarly, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has approved the immediate appointment of principal officers of the College of Agriculture, Garkawa. They are Professor Charles N. Dawang, Provost of the college, Dang Sonde Zaka, Librarian, and Pam Dungyang Basa. The appointment, signed by the Secretary to the Government of the State, Samuel Jato, is part of the administration's commitment to strengthening the leadership and institutional capacity of the college to effectively fulfill its mandate in agricultural education, training, research, and human capital development. The new principal officers are expected to provide strategic leadership, promote academic and administrative excellence, strengthen accountability and transparency, and contribute to the repositioning of the college as a center of excellence for agricultural education and skills development in Plateau State. The governor congratulates the appointees and charges them to bring their wealth of experience, professionalism, and commitment to bear in the discharge of their responsibilities. The Commissioner of Police, Plateau State Command, Ayodeji Fania has taken a proactive step towards preventing electoral violence in the state by bringing together leaders of political parties and other critical stakeholders to strengthen cooperation ahead of the 2027 general elections. Fania made the move when he hosted political parties leaders and other stakeholders at the police officers' meet in a strategic engagement aimed at promoting peace, unity, and credible electoral process in Plateau State. Details of the report is presented in our studio. That report will come your way subsequently. And moving on, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has called for greater unity among the people of the state, affirming communities working at cross purposes cannot achieve meaningful development. The governor made the call at the 2026 leadership retreat of the Plateau Initiative for Development and Advancement of the Natives in Jos, with the theme, Building a United Plateau, Harnessing Our Diversity and Mineral Wealth for Sustainable Peace and Development. Our correspondent has the details.
Speaking during the opening ceremony, Governor Mutfwang said his administration was committed to securing every part of Plateau. He added that the unity of Plateau remained critical to confronting the challenges facing the state, stressing that no community could succeed in isolation. The governor said PDAN will be strengthened to enable it advance the interests and aspirations of Plateau at the national level.
But we respect the constitution of our land that gives everybody the freedom of movement, the freedom of association, which impliedly means that you are at liberty to settle wherever you choose. And I can tell you, if you choose to settle with us on the Plateau, you have chosen to settle in the land of blessing. But like I said earlier, there must be respectable boundaries that should be upheld, like it is upheld in every other community. And then we will learn to live together.
Earlier, the national president, PDAN Nampon Sheni, said the organization was established to provide a united voice for the people of Plateau State and mediate for their aspirations despite the ethnic diversity of the state.
Our responsibility today is not just to preserve the legacy of PDAN, but to strengthen it for the future. We must continue to promote unity amongst our people, encourage development of our communities, empower our young people, protect our cultural heritage, and work with all stakeholders towards a peaceful and prosperous Plateau State.
In their separate remarks, the chairman of the Plateau State chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Reverend Dunka Gomwok, and the chairman of the Jama'atun Nasrul Islam and Emir of Wase, Alhaji Muhammad Sambo Abubakar, represented at the event, appreciated PDAN for bringing the people together. Chairman of the Plateau State Council of Chiefs and Emir, Da Jacob Gyang Buba, represented by the Agwam Izere assured PDAN of the Traditional Council's support in achieving its objectives. Also speaking, Special Advisor to the President on Community Engagement, Dr. Abiodun Esen, while condoling with the people of Riom and Mangu local government area over recent incidents of violence, called for greater inclusion of women and young people in peace building and development processes. In Jos, Rodkan, Nanfa.
The North remains a key market for the consumption of Milo, making its partnership with tea and bread sellers beneficial to the growth of the Nestle brand. Northeast Branch Manager, Nestle Nigeria, Ahmadu Abdurazak, said this during a May Shai festival held at Fox Hotel Jos. Our correspondent has the details.
As part of efforts to strengthen its relationship with customers and reward loyal consumers, Nestle Milo Nigeria has organized a Meshai festival for members of the Tea and Bread Sellers Association of Nigeria, Jos branch. The event brought together Meshai vendors to celebrate their partnership with the brand and encourage continued patronage of Milo products. Speaking on the significance of the festival, the branch manager, Northeast Nestle Nigeria, Ahmadu Abdurazak, said the northern region remains a major market for Meshai consumption. He explained that the partnership with vendors would help promote Milo products while supporting the growth and development of their businesses.
Meshai is a very strong channel for us to reach millions of our consumers. And we know the Meshai is a traditional channel in the north where people converge to have their beverage and other kind of meals. So being on this as a profession, so we just thought it nice to further support them on this journey.
Category Activation Manager Olisa Uchechukwu described Milo as a safe and nutritious beverage for Nigerians, noting that the ingredients used in its production are locally sourced.
We use locally sourced ingredients, cocoa, malt, milk. And, this is something that, when you hear about the malts, like sometimes they might not really connect with it. And that was why we also had to stress the dawa part, because this is an ingredient that we know is, locally used here in the north.
In separate remarks, the National Advisor of the Tea and Bread Sellers Association of Nigeria, Jos branch, Ahmed Mohammed, and the State Secretary of the association, Nura Shuaibu, commended the collaboration, highlighting its benefits to members of the association.
It is a kind of interaction between Nestle and the CAPSA, in short, and this kind of interaction has been remarkable and maturity in business, because before there is a barrier between the company and the association. You may not know, or you may not know where to lay your complaint.
They are giving us their brand. Milo have many things for us.
The festival also featured the presentation of gifts to loyal members who actively participated in the event. Items presented included gas cylinders, 2 burner gas cookers, umbrellas, and other household items. In Jos, I am Deborah John.
Up ahead on Global News, Wase lawmaker distributes fertilizer to farmers. Please don't go away. Glad to have you rejoin us. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has been recognized for his outstanding commitment and contribution to the promotion of Hajj and Umrah practice in Nigeria. The award presented by the Independent Hajj Reporters was in recognition of the governor's commitment to the welfare of pilgrims from Plateau State. Abuja correspondent reports the Executive Secretary of the Plateau State Pilgrims Welfare Board, Deyebu Dauda, also backed an award of excellence. The report.
The event held at the auditorium of the National Mosque with the theme Exploring Business Opportunities in the Hajj and Umrah Ecosystem recognizes individuals and organizations that have distinguished themselves in Hajj service delivery and advocacy for prioritizing the welfare, dignity, and comfort of Muslim faithful undertaking the sacred journey. Plateau State Governor was bestowed with the Distinguished Hajj Support Award. Former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives and member representing Wase Federal Constituency, Idris Wase, who received the award on behalf of the governor, said the honor has not just lifted the state credentials in Hajj operations, but also positioned it as a model for pilgrims' welfare and accountability.
This is the first time we are having in the best of manner in Plateau State. He gave us a befitting office. He supported every pilgrim of Plateau State with 100,000 naira. It has never happened. It has not been so.
The Executive Secretary of the State Muslim Welfare Board, Dayabu Dauda, also received an Excellence Award as the Best Executive Secretary in the North Central.
Independent national Hajj reporters have also challenged us our goal to move by the welfare of our pilgrims.
Earlier in his address, the coordinator of the Independent Hajj Reporters, Ibrahim Mohammed, said that the award is to acknowledge leaders who have gone beyond politics to ensure that pilgrims are treated with respect and dignity. Chairman National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Ambassador Ismail Abba, emphasized the need for Nigerian businessmen and entrepreneurs to position themselves to tap into the over $150 billion economic value chain that lies in the Hajj and Umrah operations.
The Hajj economy is huge, and a lot of countries are leveraging on it, and their citizens are prospering, governments are also prospering.
Guest speaker at the event, Aliu Buhari, identifies opportunities in travel and tour operations, hospitality, manufacturing and export, health and insurance, as well as the economic opportunities that revolves around the halal ecosystem for Nigerians to tap into. Islamic scholars, Hajj stakeholders, and tour operators were among dignitaries that attended the event. I am Miyong Danjuma.
Member representing Wase Federal Constituency, Ahmed Idris, has provided agricultural support to farmers across the constituency with the distribution of fertilizer in Bashar, Wase local government area. The intervention, which targets selected farmers, saw each of the 20 electoral wards allocated 50 bags of fertilizer to boost agricultural production and support farmers during the cropping season. Our Langton Zonal correspondent has details.
The distribution took place at the residence of the federal lawmaker in Bashar community, where beneficiaries and party stakeholders gathered to receive the agricultural inputs. Chairman of the distribution committee and APC zonal chairman for Plateau South, Musa Nyalum, said a transparent mechanism was put in place to ensure that the fertilizer reaches genuine farmers across the 20 electoral wards of the Wase Federal constituency.
We want to appeal to them, since they know that they are farming, and we are sure we know also that they are farming. Let them go and use this fertilizer in their farm. Let them not go and sell it, because if they sell it, that means the aim is defeated.
On the selection process and commitment to transparent distribution, member representing Wase State constituency Ibrahim Galadima commended Ahmed Idris, describing the support as a major step towards improving food production.
Even though this is a routine exercise, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly is always on his feet, thinking of his constituency, thinking of what the people need. So this is not the first time that he has been doing that.
A former councillor who represented Wadata Ward, Lachang Jato, who responded on behalf of some beneficiaries, expressed appreciation to the federal lawmaker, saying the fertilizer will assist farmers in improving their yields.
So this one is not a new thing for us. We believe that he will do more. So we appreciate it. We always appreciate it.
Also speaking, there was a local government APC women leader, Lokmichit Sagnan, praised the inclusion of farmers from across the wards and called for the sustained support for women. Organizers of the exercise explained that a 9-man committee was constituted in each ward to identify and select genuine farmers, while 50 bags of fertilizer were allocated to each ward. From Bashar in Wase local government area, I am Thaddeus Yilmen.
The chaplain, Government House Jos, Reverend Benjamin Nadabu, says any leader who fears God will be able to lead and govern well. Reverend Abdabo stated this during the closing of a 3-day solemn interdenominational prayer service organized by the Jos East Local Government Council at the Chapel of Mercy, Angwari. Correspondent Simon Swatkia has the details as presented in our studio.
Father, we declare that we are.
For 3 consecutive days, management, staff, and Angware community members gathered in solemn prayers for the restoration and healing of the land.
We appreciate you, Lord, for what you have done in his life, what you are doing, and what you're going to do. Lord, we pray of you that you show him mercy.
The chaplain Government House, Jos, Reverend Benjamin Nedabo, emphasized that God always honors the gathering of his children with his presence. He commended the Jos East Council chairman for supporting the gospel.
Every day I bless God. I pray on one hand, on another hand I declare. We have prayed and we have declared in a way we will do the declaration properly. It's not asking God to do something now, but declaring what we believe God has said.
In an exhortation, chaplain of the Local Government Service Commission, Pastor Yakubu Tiem, challenged the congregation to stand firm in prayers, noting that prayer is undoubtedly the key to success in every aspect of life.
Whatever we do, are we doing it from faith? Because we have reached a point in time in our generation where our heart is not more in Christ, but their heart is far from me.
Jos East Local Government Council Chairman Marcus Niam said his administration will continue to support the chaplaincy in order to receive spiritual direction from God.
I want to encourage people to say that let's continue to put our trust in God, believing that God is the owner of our entire community, our life, and anything under Jos East Local Government. Let's continue to appreciate each other, continue to tolerate each other.
The chaplain, Chapel of Mercy, Jos East LGA, Reverend Mafulal Madaki, said since the commissioning of the chapel, the spiritual life of workers has witnessed tremendous transformation. The service featured special prayers for Nigeria, Plateau State, and Jos East Local Government Area for peace, unity, and progress.
The Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has expressed profound sorrow over the passing of Mr. David Daniel Daliop, a former broadcaster with the Plateau Radio Television Corporation, PRTVC, following a prolonged illness. In a condolence message, Governor Mutfwang described the death of Daniel David Daliop as a painful loss, not only to his immediate family, but also to the broadcasting profession, the creative industry, and the people of Plateau State who were inspired and entertained by his remarkable talents. The governor noted that DDD distinguished himself as an outstanding on-air personality whose captivating voice with creativity and exceptional sense of humor earned him the admiration of audiences across the state. He said the late broadcaster possessed a rare ability to connect with people through meaningful conversations and comedy, leaving behind a legacy of excellence in broadcasting and entertainment. Governor Mutfwang further observed that beyond the studio, DDD used humor as a powerful tool for fostering unity, promoting social interaction, easing tensions, and bringing joy to countless lives. Meantime, Governor Caleb Mutfwang has commiserated with the Plateau State Referees Council and the Awang family over the death of Awang Solomon Maram, a member of the Referees Council who passed on in Abuja. In a condolence message to the Plateau State Referees Council, Governor Mutfwang described the death as a painful loss to the football and refereeing community in the state. The governor acknowledged the contributions of the late Awang Maram to the development and administration of football through his service as a referee, noting that his dedication and commitment to the growth of sports in Plateau State would be remembered by colleagues and associates. Governor Mutfwang also extended his heartfelt condolences to the immediate family, relatives, friends, colleagues, and members of the Plateau State Referees Council, urging them to find strength and comfort in God at this difficult moment that their son played a vital role to boosting football a unifying platform for growth and youth development. And on the foreign scene, Zambian police summoned opposition leader Brian Mundubele late Thursday for questioning over an alleged national security threat, days after an election marked by a crackdown on dissent. Mundubele finished second in the August 13 vote that handed President Hakainde Hichilema a second term and has vowed to challenge the results in court. It did not specify the nature of the threats, but said alarming activities that had the potential to undermine national security had occurred at the premises linked to the pair. Mundubele and Zulu have rejected police suggestions that their alliance was involved in insurgency or militia activity. Mundubele went into hiding last week with an international human rights organization after police raided his home in the capital, Lusaka. On Thursday, immigration officials said they had arrested the Secretary General of the Opposition Alliance. The government has assured the organization, sheltering the two leaders, that there is no harm intended to be done on them in any way, the police statement said. While last week's vote was largely peaceful, international observers said the poll was marred by opposition claims of intimidation, arrests, abductions, and violence. And Amnesty International on Thursday warned of a growing crackdown on peaceful dissent and called on authorities to immediately end the arbitrary arrest and detention of opposition members. And that is it on Global News this evening, except for the recap. In the news, we told you that Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has approved the appointment and reshufflement of commissioners in the Plateau State Executive Council as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen administration and enhance the delivery of good governance to the people of the state. A statement by the Secretary to the Government of the State, Samuel Jato, notes that the decision is aimed at repositioning the Executive Council for greater efficiency, accountability, and effective implementation of the administration's development agenda in line with the Governor's commitments to responsive and people-centered governance. The Commissioner of Police Plateau State Command, Ayodeji Fania, has taken a proactive step towards preventing electoral violence in the state by bringing together leaders of political parties and other critical stakeholders to strengthen cooperation ahead of the 2027 general elections. Fania made the move when he hosted political parties leaders and other stakeholders at the police officers' mess in a strategic engagement aimed at promoting peace, unity, and credible electoral process in Plateau State. And that is it on Global News this evening. Many thanks for watching. Good night and God bless.